What's happening, y'all? Show man Flex back at it with another episode of the Flex Files. Happy Saturday to everybody. I finally had some time to do a Saturday car video. I haven't really been able to do Saturday videos. I've had to kind of, upload for the next day. But I got some time for y'all, man. Shout out to all the subscribers. Thank y'all so much for joining this channel. Look, man, if you're really an attractive dude, if you're a very attractive dude, you will be able to be attractive to every race. Okay, every race of women are going to find you attractive, right? Like, for black men, truth is, man, you could be a Tyrone, right? That's always the name. Every race got a name, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, white dudes is Chads. Like, meaning that every race, if people don't know what I'm referring to, every race, I guess, has a prototypical standard default name. I kind of feel like Tyrone is a little stereotypical, though. Prejudice a little bit, racist a little bit, but, Tyrone is a masculine type of name in a sense, so it's cool, whatever. But that's what people think. A good-looking black dude that get a lot of women. That's what they call a black dude. They call him Tyrone. Or he a Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? He got Tyrone getting all the women. Tyrone getting all the girls, the whole 304s. Right? Then a white dude that get all the girls, he called Chad. Right? Hispanic dude, I think they call him Enrique or something. I don't know. It's like Rico or some shit like that, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Fuego, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Asian dude, I think they call him Juan or something. Right? He get all the girls. But listen, y'all. The truth is, all these dudes, they call crossovers. Their attraction is crossover. They have a crossover attraction, meaning that, they attract women from every race. If you are really an attractive person, you will attract pretty much everybody. You just will. Everybody's gonna find you attractive, or not everybody, because look, everybody, you're unattractive to somebody. So I don't mean it like that. What I'm saying is, on a broader scale, multiple races, cross cultures are going to find you attractive, right? A lot of people think if you're a black dude and you're a Tyrone, you're just going to be attractive to black women, when that ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? Look, Asian women, white women, Hispanic women, definitely Hispanic women. They love a Tyrone. Definitely Hispanic women. One thing I learned living out here in LA, in Cali, yeah, they look. If a Latina chick find you attractive, a Hispanic, Mexican, whatever, they find a black dude attractive, they gonna tell that they gonna let it be known they find you attractive. That's a fact. I'm telling you, they love them Tyrones. But the point I'm making is that, you are attractive to everybody, right? And that's why, a lot of times, I'm gonna be for real, when it comes to black men, that's why when you see like attractive like black male actors or something like that, it'd be a good bit of like everybody, every woman is fiending for that dude. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, a lot of times, I'm gonna be for real. Especially, and I be seeing this with like Michael B. Jordan, that's the first person that came to my mind because, I remember when everybody was talking about him, and I guess when he, when the first Creed came out, shit. And it was kind of funny because I guess that's why a lot of people just assumed that he dated white girls, because it would be a lot of white girls that would be, like gawking over him, you know what I'm saying? Like making edits of him on TikTok and this and that. I'm like, shit. So it kind of seemed like, you know, he probably into white women, not black women, you know, and sometimes women kind of see that and they just kind of assume that, oh, he probably like white girls and white girls love him. But it's just that, you know, like, it's multiracial, like, you know, of women that like him, find him attractive, right? You're gonna attract everybody. You know, you're gonna attract older women or more mature women. Definitely gonna do that. Some of them gonna be wanting to pay your rent, pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna be like, yeah. You know, that's a real thing. But the one thing that these guys have in common, and I'm just gonna be honest, is they got the body game in common. All of these guys, they have body game very much in common. They have their grooming in common. You know, one of the things that make, you know, with men, when it comes to being attractive, and I feel like I've made other videos about this, definitely on TikTok. But I feel like I've even made videos on YouTube or for YouTube about this. But one of the things that really makes a man attractive is him keeping himself up, his grooming. You know, like, a man don't really have to do too much. Like, it's not about, you know, putting on a bunch of makeup. We don't do makeup. We don't do none of that. Like, but having a skincare routine, having moisturizer routine, you know what I'm saying? Exfoliating the skin, right? Making sure your teeth your teeth good. If you got a beard, keeping that thing trimmed and lined up and crisp. You know, if you got hair, getting a haircut every, you know, some people every 2 weeks or every week. But, you know, shoot, if you got the body, make sure you keep the joint crisp, clean, shaved. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you look presentable. Keeping your diet in check so that way you don't have, you know, acne and shit. You know, clear skin, right? Like, look, you know, some women may call that being a pretty boy, but look, man, it's keeping yourself well groomed. You're a very handsome guy. Women, they gonna be looking at you. They want that, you know. Like, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, I done seen so many videos of women saying, how come there's not enough attractive men out here, right? And it's not that it's not enough attractive men out here, as much as it is that it's not enough men that are keeping themselves up. Okay, like, women can wear makeup. They can put on eyelashes, extensions, hair extensions, stuff like that. Like, they put forth the effort, though, to look beautiful, to look attractive. Men don't really do that a lot. They just think they can just roll out of bed and just, you know, just exist. And it's like, you know, look, some dudes, you know, look, I mean, because the truth is, like I said, what the face card of that man is going to be is what it's going to be, right? But you can at least, you know, try to have a skincare routine, this and that. Because some dudes, you know, they wake up, they look good, right? And they get women. They get women, okay? They get women. Women be in their bed. They be, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you can still put forth the effort to control certain things you control. And some people are going to be like, well, nah, you know, the face is genetic and this and that. But look, listen, I guarantee you lose about 8% body fat, 10%, 15% body fat, your face will look better. Okay? And then, you know, you're going to probably have clearer skin because you're not eating the wrong foods. Right? So you ain't going to have no bumps on your face. You ain't going to have no oily skin and shit. Right? You want your skin to be not dry, but you want it to be moisturized. That's the whole thing. Right? And it ain't about being perfect, y'all. Ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is that you want to put effort into your looks to some degree. That shows that is attractive to women. Women find that very attractive. You know, it's not just about putting effort in the body. The body is that's a big component of it. But, you know, there are things with the face and the skin that you can do. Right? You want to hit on multiple facets. You know what I'm saying? You want to hit on multiple facets, multiple areas in your life when it comes to being an attractive male, because that's one thing that all attractive dudes do, no matter what race it is. You know, yeah, you do have some guys that, look, they ain't got to do all that. They always been attractive. You know what I'm saying? They always been considered very cute to women in high school and college. They always got girls and stuff like that. But you know, one thing about these dudes, sometimes you see them when they get into their 30s and 40s and they gain weight, so they're not as attractive. They may have the same face in a sense, but they look like they out of shape. They look flabby, right? Women ain't really checking for them like that, like they used to. They kind of aged out. That's why body game is very important. You know, since some of these dudes even tell you like, yeah, nah, man, I got to get my shit together. You be like, nah, man, you a handsome dude, you know, in the face. They'll be like, yeah, but I got to get my body right, man. Like, they know they ain't getting that much play like they was at one point. And they know that shit. And they'll say it. They'll say it like that. They'll say it like that because it's like, yeah, you know, they know they done fell off a little bit. Because, bro, listen, man, it's all about the effort that you put in. Right? But if you are a really attractive dude, you gonna pull every race. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna get, like, it don't matter if they from India. It don't matter if they from Australia. Don't matter if they from Nigeria. Don't matter if they from, you know, it don't matter, bro. It don't matter. They all, like, it's gonna be, you're gonna get looks from every race of girls, every race of women. You'd be approached by every race of women. You know what I'm saying? They'll make subtle gestures of every race of women. Like, you can go to different demographic or different environments with different demographics. You go to one spot, it's mostly black, they give you attention. You go to another spot, they mostly white, they give you attention. You go to another spot, it's mostly Hispanic, they give you attention. Asian, Indian, whatever. Yeah, even Indian. They real strict over there. They strict over there. But look, if the women liking you, they liking you. Like, I had one girl, I remember one girl, she was just like, oh my God, I love your, like, tattoos, and like, I always see you in here, whatever. Like, she was an Indian chick. And she was like, I love to see you working out and shit, like, you know, whatever, like. And like, she literally came up to me on some shit, right? And this is years ago, back when I was going to, I don't even go to Crunch Fitness no more, but I don't go to Crunch Fitness no more in general. They done went up on the price too much. I said, what the fuck is this shit? I want to go back though, because it was some fun. I'm literally in the parking lot of not far from that gym either. I'm gonna go back in there. They need to calm down with the fees, man. They tripping. But anyways, yeah, like, you know, it was, so you gonna pull every, if you attractive, you gonna pull every race of women. It don't matter about that. That's not a thing to me. And I think a lot of other dudes would say the same thing. I think I seen this guy named Austin Dunham. He's a YouTuber streamer. I think I seen him say the same thing. If you attractive, you attractive male, every race of women is gonna want you, right? Yeah, there is a thing that if you look a little too urban type shit, like, I do know, like, I will say this, like, because when I was a dancer, at this club in particular, because I still do it, but just not as much as I used to, right? When I used to strip at this particular club in LA, in Hollywood, right? They would do Black Diamond Night, right? Black Diamond Night was, I was just thinking about this shit too, right? I'm just thinking about it. But Black Diamond Night was basically where it was majority of that was in the audience wasn't necessarily that they were black women, even though that was the case in most cases, but it was that they wanted to see a black male performer. They wanted to see, and they wanted to see, like, they wanted it to look like a Tyler Perry, All the Queen's Men type thing, or they wanted it to look like Chocolate City. Like, they wanted the vibe to be, because it's not so much that a black dancer, because there was other black dancers there too that didn't do that well with that crowd, right? But I would do really well with that crowd. So, and you could tell based on the based on the response in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? So, like I got sleeves. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I wear my chain, my black tank top. You know what I'm saying? And bald head, black dude. It do well. You know what I'm saying? So there is a thing where your look does attract a group of women more, or it just, yeah, I would say like that, right? But these would be white girls in the stands that were purchasing Black Diamond tickets, or Asian, definitely the Asian. That was interesting. I always thought it would be, if it wouldn't be black, it would be Hispanic. But nah, man, white girls, Asian girls, but that was Black Diamond night, and they love seeing a black king, and they like the way that they have an idea, kind of borderline fetishization, probably. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it a buck, but they have an idea of what they like, right? They have an idea of what they like, right? So you know, because it was like even a dark skinned dude, Nigerian dude, and he would even tell me, and I ain't about to say his name. I ain't even say the club name. You know what I'm saying? I don't never really, out of all my life experience stories, I don't name drop stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he probably, he wouldn't care, because he says it all the time. He like, yeah, man, I'm glad you started dancing here, Flex, because that's where I got my stage name from, Flex. That's where I got Flex from. That was my stage name. But he was like, yeah, I'm glad you came, Flex, because Black Diamond night, I don't do too well. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at him, I'm like, what? I'm like, for real? I'm like, because I'm looking at a dude like 6'3". He like 6'3". You know what I'm saying? He is kind of tatted. He kind of tatted. Now I think actually, yeah, he got more tats than I thought he did. But he's Nigerian. He's dark skinned. He's chocolate. You know, he's chocolate. But his vibe ain't really, it ain't, and it's kind of another video we're gonna do for another day, right? I'm trying to, he's an Oreo kind of a little bit. His vibe is not, it don't really give black like that, in a sense. And he'll even say that. He'll even say that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he not and I ain't think of it like that, because I ain't think about it like that, but I was like, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, look, one of the things, and I'm gonna do another video about this. about the things that black men, that black women like, and that gives off the vibe, that they like that shit, right? Because it's an energy. It's a way you move. It's an energy. It's your mannerism. You ain't even got to be pop locking and all that stuff, because that won't never my thing. I'm not a choreographed. I have taken classes, and I've kind of like delved into that in the past, but I'm not like we had a guy that was he did choreography a lot. That was his thing, and the crowd that liked it, right? But everybody had a different style. Mine was more on the seductive style. It was more on the masculine kind of style, but very sensual. But I always would kind of like, I'm always like popping my muscles in a certain way, like, because that was the crowd like that. My crowd like that. But he was tall, man. But black women weren't really fucking with it like that. So it is kind of like a vibe and a look that racists do like more. But, like a Chad can look like a prototypical Chad, and most of the time white women gonna be feeling that. You know what I'm saying? But look, that same white girl that want to go with the prototypical Chad, she also want the Tyrone in a sense too, or she want the Enrique. So look, man, I hope this video helps somebody. Look, I kind of went on a little rant, but I had some time today, so I thought I would do it. But if you're attractive, you're gonna attract every race of women. It don't matter about none of that. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope I helped somebody today. Let me know what you think in the comment section and what you want me to talk about next in the future content. But yeah, hey, thank y'all to all the subscribers. Thank y'all. Shout out to y'all. Make sure to click that subscribe button below so that way you know when I post new content for y'all on a daily. We continuing to rise, man, and we're gonna keep going. We almost have pretty soon we're gonna be at 5K, man. We just broke 4, but we climbing up the ladder on 5K, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Until next time, it's your man Flex with another episode of the Flex Files. I'm out. Peace.